Hi everyone, welcome to Downhill Prep here at Bogong. The first thing we need to achieve is fitting a pair of downhill boots, which you can see behind me in this video, to your feet. There's a few ins and outs to learn, so watch closely, pay attention, rewind the video, fast forward the video if I'm boring, and get it done, and we'll be able to make it a far more relaxed session tonight. Pay attention.
Okay, this amazing device is called a foot measuring device. You can see a lot of numbers in it, but can you see in the middle, and if I point to it with my finger, these numbers here, 15 up to 32, that's the Mondo point. It's actually measuring your foot in centimetres. You're going to put your heel here with your shoe off, and your toes are going to point here, and I want you to choose which of these numbers is just longer than your big toe. Once you've done that, that's the size boot I want you to start with. Now, what boots do you choose? At Bogong, we have lots of different boots. It starts from the really big ones up in that top corner there, and it zigzags down to smaller in that rack, and then it starts at a larger in that rack down to smaller, and a bit smaller down to smaller, and then really small ones down the end there below the helmets. So smallest all the way through to largest. They're clearly numbered with that Mondo point number. If you look closely, you can see there's lots of different models of boots. This is the tricky bit. I'm going to explain to you which model might fit you best. There are 4 different main models of downhill boots we keep. Let me quickly explain to you the essence and differences between them. This guy here, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 buckles, and let me show you how they operate. This guy has a ratchet here. You slide that out, and it feeds into this little tongue there, which if you push the button, you slide that out. When you fit the boot, you'll slide that back in, it clicks, and you'll crank that back on again. So 1, 2 ratchets, and then these 2 traditional style buckles. When we fit our boot, we first get our foot in with all the buckles loose. So have them loose off. Oh, this is a bit hard while you're filming. Loosen them off. Then wiggle your foot in. It helps if you look at the boot, this is a right foot, stick your foot in this angle, and then rotate it round to pointing straight. That'll help you get in. And then start with the bottom buckle first. And when you do it up, get it as tight as you think you can. And this is the noise we want. A really good clack, as opposed to this sound. Hear that? Lame duck. That's not fitting you well. Work your way up. And then with your heel, and I'll film my foot here, whack it on the ground when it's in the boot to seat your heel firmly in the boot, readjust your buckles, do both feet, stand up in them, walk around in them.
Important to remember that a downhill ski boot is for downhill skiing. It's not for walking. So they're not comfy to walk in. You should be able to wiggle your toes and it should be comfortable-ish around your calves. There should only be 2 things inside your boot, your foot and your sock. Make sure your pants aren't tucked in.
So the other 3 models of boots here are slightly different again. This guy, we've seen these buckles before, 1 and 2. Then this one has a similar buckle to this one with little teeth and a little hanger that you put in it. That's this here. And then it has a power strap. So that's just Velcro. Crank it up once you've got the other buckles done up and make it firm around your foot. You shouldn't have your leg flopping around inside the boot. It should just be firm on you. Next boot, this is called a rear entry boot. This is a really good boot if you have quite low calves, quite muscly calves, or you're just a bit lazy and you only want to deal with 1 buckle. So it only has 1 buckle on the back. Here he is. It's another ratchet style. Open him up. Press the red button to release it. And then open the boot up. Put your foot in. Close the boot around your leg. Re-thread the buckle, click, 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 and then again you want that good loud sound, that good clack, done. Last boot, 4 buckles, they're ratchets on the top. This one is your kind of general purpose, fits most people's feet, but also good for if you know you have a wide foot. So now you know the different sorts of boots, go and have a go and fit.
Once you've found a pair of boots that fit, leave them on your feet, have a little walk around, and return any boots that you've tried on that don't fit back to their home up on the shelf.
Okay, final job to do with boots that I need you to do is have a walk over to the entryway into this room
and find one of the teachers, your teacher, Bogong teacher, or a trainee, and we're going to get you to input some data with the teacher into the iPad, which will calculate how we program your skis to fit your boot. To do that, you need to remember 3 things for me. Here's the back of a boot. I want you to remember and have a look and get this big number here, 328 millimetre. You'll tell that to the teacher. And then 28.50, it's a letter O. So you can remember 328, 28.50, but of course the numbers that are on your boot. Go tell that to the teacher with the iPad. They'll stick it in next to your name and that will calculate how we should program your skis. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that this tells you everything you need to do and it helps our night session of downhill ski prep to run nice and smoothly. Now, let's get it all done. Thank you.